Morning everybody, just thought that I'd have a quick look at this V22 Osprey from Italeri, 1 in 48. Not going to bore you with kit number and all that sort of stuff. It's a V22 Osprey from Italeri. Just going to start with instructions then. I've wanted to build this for quite a while. I had it in my stash ages ago, but I wanted an F16, Tamiya F16, and they cost an absolute fortune, so unfortunately I had to let this go to sort of contribute towards that, which I was pleased at the time, but I kind of always regretted selling it. I wish I'd have sold something else instead of this, but luckily we had a bit of a do last night. Fraser came round with some lads, thanks a lot for that, and lo and behold, Fraser's had it in his stash for a while. He's never going to build it, so absolutely snapped his hand off. And I'm going to have a go at it myself. There's loads of videos on YouTube with this build, and some of them are absolutely fantastic. A bit scary actually, to be absolutely honest, especially with my very basic skill set, but I'm going to give it a go. Engines up with rotor blades, it looks absolutely fantastic. I'm going to try, I'm thinking already, I've not seen it before, but maybe to put like a metal rod through, if you know layout of this aircraft, so that I can sort of pivot these engines with rotors on. I'm not 100% sure. I ain't got any steel bar, so that's like, oh, well, I've got to go out and get some, etc, etc, so it might just be a static little thing. I've seen dioramas with this kit, with cotton wool, with dust and smoke and everything. It looks absolutely awesome. I have now got I've now got 3 kits in my stash. I've got a Frogfoot off Jez, cheers mate. I've got this, and I've got another Tornado. Reason that I'm building this one now instead of the other two, I've got grey paint. I've decanted all my Tamiyas, did that other night, into some dropper bottles that I got off Amazon. Wanted to do that for a while, not going to labour on that, but that's what I've done, and I've got grey, which means that I can go ahead with building something. I'm still on furlough for another month and a half. We're in July 2020 now, middle of July, and I'm not back till September, so I've got to keep somewhat busy, and I've got to keep going, otherwise I'm just going to get bored. Instructions then. So you get, let me just have a look, you just get the 6 different languages of, you know, a brief sort of what it is. It's a chopper, it's this, it's that, it's Marines, etc, etc. And then on page 1, colour call out down in bottom left hand corner, flat black, olive drab, medium grey, green zinc, chromate, I think that'll be for, I know where that's for, gloss white, gunship grey, red and silver, dead easy. And then you get your sprue map with your little sort of greyed out bits. Should be familiar with that. I don't think they're in every kit, but they're in this one. And again, what I'll do before I actually build it, I'll get the sprues out. In fact, let me just have a look here. So we've got, say, sprue F, and I'll just show you that. So I've tagged that up with a little bit of masking tape. Look, F, so that when I'm doing my build, obviously when it says, you know, get part 15 F, I can just go straight to my sprue, and I know which part I'm messing. I'm not messing about. I can't stand that. So what I'll do is I'll go through each individual sprue. There's only one, I don't need to, there's only 2 sprues that's got a bit of greyed out area on. And what I normally do is I normally get a bit of masking tape and just sort of put a bit of masking tape over that part. I've got to do that because when I get to end of a build, you know, you've got your sprue and your sprue get your big sort of area, and then there's this bit and that bit and that bit, and you're like, well, what have I missed? But obviously we get into them bits and they're covered in masking tape. I know that they shouldn't have gone on. It's not labour intensive, it's just part of the enjoyment of what I like to do, to do the planning stage. I'm not starting it today. What is Saturday today, 25 to 11. I don't start a build straight away. I'm gonna hammer YouTube, hammer Google, and all them kinds of things for at least today, at least rest of today and tomorrow, possibly tomorrow, on my phone while wife's watching telly. I'll be flicking through and watching video builds and paint techniques and looking for other people have built it and looking for what they've had to say. What's for this and that's a bad fit, and you know what I mean. There's no point in going into a build. We aren't doing the research, but we are looking for trip hazards. Is there? There's just no point. Otherwise, you're just going to make the same mistakes that they've made with ill-fitting parts and a bit of this and a bit of that. You might as well get as much information as you can, in my opinion, and then you're progressively getting better every time. So I don't think there's any armament on this kit. And I like to do armament first, but this looks like a bit of a troop carrying type thing. So no armament for me, because I like to build backwards and do armament first. And that's not saying I'm going to go straight into office though, but I might do. No, I'm not. I'm gonna do them rotors first, because I want to sort of get that little piece, and it's like the rotor housing and the rotor blades, and get them all painted up and weathered and beautiful. So that when I've done rest at kit, I can just, they're done, aren't they? They're done. I ain't got the kit there beautiful, and then I'm having to build to attach on. I don't like to build stuff. I like to build stuff that attaches on in a finished state, if you will, before I've actually done the main build. That's just how I like to do it. But sheet 1, page 1, it's office. I'm not going to bother showing you. I'm just going to bore you to death with a bit of chit chat. So it's office and the control, the console, seats, putting a few bits onto back at seats, the separation bit. It's not a firewall. It's just sort of separating where pilot and co-pilot sit to rest at bag of mashings inside. Then you've got a separate panel floor. A back strut, 2 sides they've got seats on, and again colour calling out here, G's and B's. What we got, reds and olive drabs. I'll have a look online and see what they're like. I mean, you just can't trust call outs, can you? You just can't. And I don't want it to look garish, God above. Fuselage side on, windows in from inside, pushing through. So again, when I come to button them two together, it's going to be a bit of mascol to cover them in. Then we've got office sliding in to side. Obviously paint your inside of in front fuselage where office is. And then 43 GR of weight. 43 grams of weight, so otherwise it's just going to sit up, and I don't want that. Part 3, putting the other side of the fuselage on so it's buttoning together, and a ramp. Let me have a look here. You get, it says alternative. Basically it's either ramp all the way up covering the back up, or you can have it down. You can have it down. I watched Greg Phillips do his, what did he do? Can't remember, memory's gone. A Chinook, sorry, cheers Greg. And did the back area of that Chinook in such a beautiful way. It was just, oh my god, jaw-droppingly brilliant. Greg, and you're not going to watch this video, but Greg Phillips on YouTube, Greg Phillips inspired me to make sure that even now I'm thinking about what he did with his interior greens, and he put some wiring in and all kinds of things. It looked absolutely unbelievable. So yeah, can't wait to have a little bash at that. So ramp up or ramp down, it'll be ramped down. Not gonna have like a detail like that and then just not have it on show. What's that all about? On to section 4, you've got your 2 wing struts and a couple of braces. Section 5 is rotor housing, and it all looks like it's coming together. I have had a look through sprues. They do look a little bit bland, I've got to say. And again, I'll sort of, have a look on Google and see what's going off, see if I can maybe just do a tiny little bit of enhancement there. But if it's true, that's how it is. It is bland, it is plain. Obviously I'll leave it. We've got some actuated arms on. All looks good. I've had a look at it. Like I said, we all, and me included, don't we? In this day and age, it's got to be like sunk panel lines. Yeah, I've got to put a wash on it. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. Now, some of the videos that I've seen guys that have completely rescribed. They've sanded it all flush and they've completely rescribed every single bloody line. That is definitely not for me, and I'll tell you why. Number one, I ain't got a scriber. Number two, I don't think I've got patience for that. Number three, I ain't got out to follow guide on. But number four, more importantly, it should have been number one. This is rivet detail, and it's crisp as anything. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's not going to take, you know, your standard wash when you're saying, oh, I'll stick a flory in it. It's not going to be able to do that, but it will be able. I'll be able to enhance it alright enough to bring that rivet detail out. Looking forward to that. Part 5, part 6 then, what we got? So we've got your wing strut. Now, it's a there's a curved edge on that, and I can see when the two fuselage sides come together, it is leaving a little bit. I will show you. It's leaving, so this little bit here, and then can you see, you can see sort of down here, and that's got to fit in. But you don't have to put the arms on. You don't have to put the houses on for the blades. It's given me an alternative. Obviously it's either up or down, and again I didn't want them up or down, I wanted them there, you know, just in that sort of like motion. I'm going to watch some videos, like I said, to see if I can see and hear and feel the mechanics of that. Does it make a whirring sound? Is it smooth as silk? Is it like velvet? Is it rough as shit? All that kind of thing. And I want to see how that works before I put this together. So that housing, it sits on top onto your fuselage, so there's going to be a seam there that I'm going to have to fill more than likely, and then back end goes on onto back end. Obviously it's showing you that. Rotor blades then going on either side on section 8, section 9 is undercarriage. It's not even in 1 in 48. I mean, it's 30 centimeters long, but that includes the probe and the front. There is a refueling probe at front. 30 centimeters for a 1 in 48. It's decent size, that, isn't it? Undercarriage, I've not looked at it through sprue just yet. I'm just hoping it's not brittle. It's only short. It only looks really short. It's like, you know, like the aircraft itself does actually sit right down, right close to the ground. So I should be alright with that. There's a couple of aerials, couple of attachments, a few bits and bats, not going to go into it. Yeah, refueling probe, some antenna at front and that kind of thing. That brings that build all together. Now, they'll not be going on right until last minute. I'm same as you. You put one of them little aerials and antennas on where it tells you to. You turn the page over, you can only look at it and they fell off. So that's not happening. They'll go on right at the very end. But again, because it's an attachment, what I'll do is I'll paint them on the sprue, and I know that you've got your gate, your sprue gate that's holding it on, but I'll just give it an airbrush. When I'm priming, I'll just get a quick prime and then I'll put top colour on, because it's only an aerial, so they're only little things. But again, once I cut it off the sprue, it's just a gentle scrape with knife and then it's painted, stick it on. I don't mess about with stuff like that. Colour call out, M22 Osprey, US Marine, Aviation Development Aircraft 2001. Aviation Development Aircraft 2001. Oh, 19 years then. I wonder if it was in development then in 2001. I haven't read brief at front, have I, so I don't know. Colour call out, 3 colours, dark ghost grey, light ghost grey and black. Now then, I have got grey. I don't know if I've got a dark ghost grey. FS3 6320. Tamiya colours or Vallejo. XF53 for that. Light ghost grey. Now, light ghost grey, I made my own last time, and actually I've still got it. Yeah, I have. I've still got it. Where's my camera? There, look, light ghost grey, light gold grey, kind of same kind of thing. And you can see that that's a white. It's a Tamiya white. Chuffing a lot and get a lid off. That makes a change. But oh, I'm not using that. But all I did was I got the white and then just added some XF80 to it, which is a really light Tamiya grey. XF80 is still not light enough for light gold. So again, just to sort of like make my own, and I've got, well, I ain't got enough left actually. And I've only got one pot of white, so I can't mix. I'm going to have to go and get another white. You probably can't see that on camera, but it is white. Where's my thing? There it is. Light gold. It was just what I'd done myself, and it worked. It worked last time. I did a Tomcat with it. It looked absolutely spot on. And then flat black. So that's it for 3 colour call out. For main body, you've got your decals on there, Marines and your Stars and Stripes, MX, the V, you know, where your propeller blades are, which obviously, you know, watch what you're doing, otherwise we're going to cut your head off type of thing. On the top, there's some decals on top of the rotors. Isn't it an odd looking bird, that? Look at that, isn't it a bloody odd shape, that? It's like it's got this bit up here where it skirts out. It's like it's chuffing pregnant. And that refueling probe is absolutely massive. I wouldn't like to have been driver of one of these trying to hook up to a refueler, I can tell you that. Not with them blades spinning round. And then light gold grey underneath, stars and bars on top, etc, etc. And that is it. That's it for you. That's it for your sheet. Plain piece of paper on back, which I usually use to make sort of my odd notes on. But that's just about it. Machine itself, oh, I'm happy with that. So there's, again, you can see, I'll turn it that way, look, that's lovely, is that. That'll look nice. You watch, it'll be chuffing grey on the inside, but again, colour call out, not sure. Couple of windows, there's no, a lot of modelers talk about flash. And flash, even though I've built that Airfix Spitfire, which there were enough flash on that to make another kit. Flash don't bother me. It's sinkholes. Sinkholes in bad places where you've got to fill it and then fanny about. I'm not, just, you know what I mean. So, but a nice bit of detail in there. That'll cut off. That'll cut off. That's that scope there at top where that sort of wing housing is going to sit. I'm going to have to watch for that, especially because you can't see, it's not flat, it's beveled. So I'm just hoping that marries on with it, obviously beveled as well, to fit. I'm just going to see if I can get, I'll move that, I'm just going to see if I can get on camera. There's not a massive amount of detail on it. In fact, there's hardly any, to be fair. I mean, I don't know. I'm putting my hand up. I have to put my hand up like everybody else to see if it focuses, because it's a phone camera. I'm filming on my phone. Them's them little aerials on sprue F. Couple of bits. I think they're shields. They're sort of like the cowlings for where rotor blades are. That's wheel wells, I'm guessing. Bit of that pipe detail inside. That might be light gold grey, but it might be white. But I'll see. Oh, I'll tell you what I have just seen. What a lovely little touch. I'm going to put my hand at the back of it. There, look. 1, 2. Windscreen wipers. Gorgeous. That's just a nice little touch, that, isn't it? Just what you need. Seats are coming in 4 sections, and again, what I'm looking for is sinkholes. Not bothered about flash and cutting that off. That's all right. And there's no marks in that's going to need filling. Detail's not bad. It's not brilliant, but again, once it's buttoned up, you'll not see it. That don't mean that's like my excuse for not doing a good job, because I do like to do a good job. Propeller housing at top. I'm just going to throw that back in box because it will loose on the sprue. What we got? Arms, flaps. I've seen one video on this kit that this one guy does, and I'm not kidding. He's cut the flaps off. He's put rods in and bars in and all sorts. It looks absolutely fantastic. I don't think I've got skill to do that. That top wing section, there's a little bit of detail on there, look, little bit of raised detail. No panel lines, no sunken panel lines though. I'm sure I'll get over that. And then second to last is sprue B, and I get that right. So you've got that one. That's your floor pan that sits inside. You've got your console. The back end, the sort of the door area there between, you know what I mean, pilot and crew. That landing gear then that I was on about, let me have a look. It is really stubby, is that, and there's 2 gates holding that on, but I think they'll cut off easy. They'll be alright. Might put a bit of no, I'm not. I'm going to say I might put a bit of piping detail on that, but I'm not going to bother. 2 nice little joysticks there. Control sticks, joysticks. Rams. Now then, rams. So rams for the back of the ramp. They look really small and brittle. 2 gates holding them on. I'm just wondering whether I'm going to have to swap them out. I've got some plastic rod. I might have to swap them out, but it depends if it's if they're beefy, if it's too beefy. I don't want it to look out of scale, obviously. I might have to use them. That's other side, and then last one, sprue A. I don't want to get my wiring way. Sprue A. So you've got 2 seats with moulded in seat belts. Which I might sand back and put my own in. I have got some spare photo etch seat belts actually. That's the top of the. Yeah, that's a bit. I'm not going to say it's poor, but I'll show you. It's that. If I put it up to the camera, put my hand at back so it focuses. Look, you know what it is. It's like it's the intake, isn't it? But. And it's not bland, but it could have been done a lot better. That. Not to worry. Not to worry. I don't worry about stuff like that. I just build with what's in front of me. And then your rotor housings again. There's a little bit of detail. I'll hold it up. There's a little bit of detail there. There, look. And it's not overly. But again, on real machine, you know, it's. I suppose it is what it is. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm building this because I've got grey paint, like I said. Very quick video, 20 minutes. Just to show you what I'm doing next. And hopefully I'll be able to crack on over the next couple of days once I've reviewed everything online. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all well. Stay safe, guys, and catch you later on. Cheers.